Hello, everybody, and welcome to One Shot, the show where we look at an RPG, play the RPG, and then review it. Today, the day of all days, the day that Joe's been looking forward to for weeks now. It's time to play this game. I'm Cody.
Woo! And I'm Joe, and I'm full of nervous energy.
Yes! Love it. So, we brought a guest today. Friend of mine, my DM. For my redacted campaign that I can't talk about, but why don't you introduce yourself? To No, get out of here. He's mine.
Friend of mine, fellow player character.
Hi, I'm David. Technically, I was Joe's friend first. Just saying.
Just nodding my head here. All right.
But thank you. Yes, we are
welcome.
We have that mutual DM energy.
Yeah, that's true. Now it's 3 DMs in one trench coat.
Nice. Or the better alternative. Or the better alternative, 3 DMs and a baby.
Ooh, that's a bad alternative, I think.
And a baby or
and a baby.
In a baby.
No. And.
Okay, that's a
in
lot
a baby.
Better than...
No.
Yeah.
All right, so today we are actually going to be playing Worldwide Wrestling, and Joe is the creative. So why don't you go over the starting, the basics, if you will, and then we'll get right into it.
Sounds great. All right, so just a quick refresh for everyone. Worldwide Wrestling is a game by NPD Designs. It is a game that is using the Powered by the Apocalypse system, meaning that all you need is a couple of D6s, some of the what they call playbooks, which you can download from their website, and just some imagination. We are putting on a weekly wrestling show. My promotion is called the Federal World of Intense Wrestling, or better known as FWIW. FWIW is a growing promotion. It's one of those deals where we have a pretty dedicated fan base. We have a dedicated YouTube stream where we actually do get a fair amount of people following us, and we are starting to get bigger and bigger, and we're actually in talks with a couple of television promotions or television channels to kind of air this promotion on a bigger scale. So coming to you live this week, we are coming from the Century Center in South Bend, Indiana, where we're going to be having a big old week of wrestling. So just a couple things before we get going. I want to let my players introduce their characters really quick. And then we're going to be doing a thing that happens in all Powered by the Apocalypse games, which is they're going to ask some questions of one another. So Cody, why don't you start off? Tell us a little bit about your character.
So my character, Steely Rogers, also known as Mr. Pillar, hailing from deep beneath the earth. He is a tall, menacing individual who wears very little except for a nice leather loincloth and shackles that cover his wrists, and he's just tall and intimidating. He's got a white grizzly hair and like just a messed up beard. He's terrifying. I don't know what more should I reveal until we get more into it, but that's Mr. Pillar.
Is he a face or a heel?
He is a heel.
Okay, very good.
He is someone that the audience should not like.
And then, David,
should
introduce your character, please.
Yeah, I am playing as Blackeye Bonnie. She is just a little bit below average height. She has white corded tank with a sleeveless studded leather vest. Her left arm's covered in a full sleeve tat of skulls and snakes, kind of looks like a Hieronymus Bosch painting.
Cool.
Fingerless gloves, distressed black jeans, and knee-high military boots. Her hair is a black sidehawk with blazing orange tips, and the left half of her face is a smear of black and red paint overlaying her light brown skin. and out of that, like a spatter of paint on her face, one of her eyes is bright yellow.
Very cool. And then, are you a face or a heel?
A face, believe it or not.
Yeah. I mean, hey, people are digging you, and you stand for something. So, we don't know what that is just yet, but we're gonna find out soon. I'm sure. Okay, and now we're gonna do this in reverse order. Please, guys, write down your character. Write down Steely Rogers, Mr. Pillar. Then, you guys will both get one heat with one another. And then I want you guys to choose one character on your gimmick sheet that you are going to ask of the other character. So
one question, you mean?
Yeah, one question that you ask the other person, and then this is kind of our way to like build some preliminary heat with one another, some storyline built in already.
So. Clarification: am I asking Mr. Pillar one of these questions?
Yes, you're asking one of those questions
with Mr. Pillar.
You're asking him a question, so it gives Cody a chance to, like, contribute to your character story with one another.
Who can stand up to me in the ring, and that is Blackeye Bonnie.
Okay.
At least from our early beginnings, because I know we're fresh. We are fresh wrestlers.
Yeah, we're newbies.
Okay. So at some point in the past, Blackeye Bonnie stood up to Mr. Pillar, which I assume is pretty cool, considering, the size difference and everything.
I mean, I feel like this is a nice little mirror, because one of the questions on my sheet is, who did I have to kick the shit out of to show how badass I am?
Nice.
That's perfect.
I like it.
Okay, so you guys...
so that seems like a nice little...
So you guys now have +2 heat against one another.
Okay.
And then choose one question from your list which can apply to a non-player wrestler that we've seen in the past.
Okay.
So I know that David, you have you wanted to build heat with Bex, yeah?
Yeah, I sort of like Bex was sort of the wrestler who like actually injured Bonnie, and then she retired and came back with a new gimmick. But I don't really have a question that applies to that, unfortunately.
Oh, you could have who's jealous of my devoted fan base. So yeah, give yourself.
Is that one on here?
You're an anti-hero, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's hardcore.
Yeah, I almost picked hardcore for this character, but I liked anti-hero a little better. So.
How about
hardcore? I think does have the one where you got beat down.
Who do you think is a slave to management?
Yeah, that was probably what I was going to do. I was probably going to do that in like
cool.
It could either be Bex or Rick Collins.
Yeah, let's have it be Bex.
That's like my end game is beating Rick.
Cool. And then Cody, do you have a question for a non-player wrestler? Just so we can build some initial heat.
Yeah, I want to do who is terrified of me backstage? Smith Jr. Okay.
Perfect.
Does Smith Jr. have a first name, or does it just go by Smith Jr.?
No, he goes by Smith Jr. in the ring.
His first name is Junior.
Song. Junior Smith Jr.?
Yeah, Junior Smith
like
Jr.
Junior Esquire.
Ooh.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, and then we're going to get rolling with the action, is previously on FWIW. Basically, I want you guys to just think of one super cool thing your character did in last week's show, just so, people know that this show's been going on for a little bit.
On the last episode for Mr. Pillar, he interrupted a match.
Okay.
It was one of the end matches, and he helped Rick Collins win.
Cool.
Because he wants to join Rick Collins and the
because he's a suck up.
Not quite. It's more of like the gimmick.
Alrighty.
He's not really.
Sorry, I'm getting my trash talk.
No, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, I love this energy.
Blackeye Bonnie, what was the cool thing you did last week?
I feel like probably what Bonnie did last week was, I bet Dex and Rex were in a tag team match, and they lost, and she just like, and it was because I think it's Rex who's the wasted, right?
Yes.
And Rex was just like blasted out of his mind, and so she was just like belittling him as they were like slinking away from their loss for how he was gonna go down hard and he wouldn't last much longer in the league and stuff like that.
All right, and now that we have that out of the way, it is time for
Are you ready to wrestle? Smack some meat together, ready to wrestle. Hit those guys out of the air, ready to wrestle. It's Wrestle Night on YouTube.
We're here in the beautiful Century Center in lovely South Bend, Indiana. I am your host. My name is, of course, Dex Millerman. Joined as always by my favorite guy. He is, of course, the 4-time FWIW former champion, a man of mystery, El Zorro. Hola, I am El Zorro. And of course, in the FWIW tradition, we're going to have some local talent joining us here. And our commentary team, one of the FWIW things we promise is that we bring in different talent from our city, so we'll have some local South Bend, Indiana to help us on our commentary. But first, oh no, what is that? And then, of course, we're going to be, what's that? The music for Blackeye Bonnie starts playing. David, if you could please give us your introduction.
Sure. Okay, so the music starts playing. Think of it, it's like a hard rock riff that's chugging along. Think of it like a cross between Doom 2016 soundtrack and AC/DC.
Nice.
So, but the music almost starts to get drowned out by the like rumble of a motorcycle engine, and Blackeye Bonnie comes like chugging in on a Harley that has 2 huge like brass cracked bells hanging from the handlebars. And when she dismounts and like, does the kickstand and puts the motorcycle down, they like bang together in this like giant like bell gong.
That's awesome.
Sort of already described her look. I suppose a couple of details that would be is like the on the back of her vest is a giant patch of an upside down cross dripping with blood.
Cool. All right, and then where do you hail from?
Hell.
From Hell. All right, I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yeah, no, actually, it's Kolkata, but it's Hell.
And then you had a secondary thing that you were going to say. I apologize to cut you off.
No, I think that I was just looking through the notes I made. I think that's pretty much everything for the how the entrance looks, and she sort of vamps to the crowd a little bit, and then ducks into the ropes. Doesn't spend a whole lot of time outside the ring.
Now, in the ring are 2 directors' chairs. And we're going to be doing a very popular talk show segment, which is, of course, called Truth Tellers, with everyone's favorite kind of comedy wrestler, Mr. Liar. And so Mr. Liar is sitting in the ring. He goes, "Oh, hey, it's everyone's Blackeye Bonnie. You're kind of rising up around this place. We wanted to just bring you down here and get a little bit of chat going this week. Thank you so much for agreeing to appear on my show. How are you doing today?"
Question. So are these like the canvas director's chairs?
Yeah, the canvas director's chairs.
Damn, I can't Riker sit in them. Okay. Yeah, so she'll just sit down since there's no easy way to sit wrong on those chairs.
So, Yeah. Thank you for joining me today. Now, of course, I have a question for you, Blackeye Bonnie.
Yeah.
Am I saying? I'm saying that right? Yeah. So I hear that you've been having some trouble with the heavenly creatures recently. Do you want to tell me a little bit more about that?
Trouble? They're the ones who are having trouble. I don't know what you've heard, but you're famously fairly unreliable.
He clutches his chest. The crowd starts laughing a little bit. He clutches his chest very dramatically, like, "How dare you?" Well, I've heard.
He just leans forward.
She leans forward.
Well, I've heard you were specifically targeting Bex backstage. Do you have a little bit more you want to say about that?
Well, you all saw it. Bex gave me this.
And I point to that side of my face that's like all like painted up and stuff. And you can actually sort of see with the camera close up that there is like a bit of a like permanent indentation, like an injury, like the cheekbone didn't quite heal right.
Okay.
And she sort of
With the condemnation. But I can't be condemned. Hell spat me back out. And while I was there, I punched out the devil. And the heavenly warriors are next. No matter who I have to plow through to put Rick Collins' face on the canvas.
All right. Could you please, so that you are cutting a promo, if you could please roll your 2d6 and add your look to it.
Sure. Can't wait to botch this. Oh, no, that was pretty good. 9.
Okay. So on a 9, you get to pick one of the following. You get to make creative book you in a match, add a stipulation to a relevant match, gain 1 momentum, or gain +1 heat with the subject of your promo.
I guess, you know what? I'll take the momentum because that seems really good.
Perfect. All right. And then as you're saying that, you start hearing some music coming out of you start hearing some music. It sounds like the start of a jaunty little jig. So like and out walks Bex O'Connell. Bex is wearing she is wearing a leather jacket with spikes coming out of it. She turns around and on the back are like 2 wings embroidered on the leather. And it says under the bottom, heavenly creatures. And then she turns around, she runs down the ramp, and she does a slide at the bottom, pops up, and looks around. The crowd is going nuts. Even though she's a heel, she is pretty dang popular. And then she grabs a microphone. She jumps in the ring, she grabs a microphone, and she goes, "All right, here comes my bad accents time. Oh,
all right.
Yeah, buddy, you're telling me that you wanted a rematch right now.
Well, let me tell you.
I'm ready anytime, anywhere. You're not going to get through Rick Collins unless you go through me. Call it right now."
And then we hear the bell ring as Truth grabs his chairs that he's very protective of and runs out of the ring. We are starting the match. And the 2 of you are saying in your corners, Bex, or rather Bonnie, you're going to have control of the match. I booked 2 B names together. That's my bad.
Well, in fairness, you didn't know what my character's name was until like yesterday.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, so I have control of the match. So she's pissed about this. Yeah, she's just gonna sort of like run in and end up in a lockup.
Okay.
Try and get a few like kidney punches in. But it doesn't seem to phase Bex. And then she's gonna attempt to like they're gonna end up on the ground after Bex sort of like pushes her. I was imagining Bex is like a little bigger, ends up pushing her over and down on the ground. They like grapple around for a bit, and then she tries to get Bex in an armbar.
Okay.
Wow, Bonnie is really going for it. We're of course joined by FWIW. Of course, we pride ourselves on having commentators who are from the area. We're joined today by local television personality.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Winters, and I'm here watching this crazy game already.
Yeah, welcome.
All right. So you're going to put her into an armbar. David, if you could please roll your 2d6, and we're going to have you, this is going to be a work roll.
Yeah. 4.
Okay. So on a botch, basically, you have to give 1 momentum to your opponent.
Meaning I lose 1 and they get 1?
Yeah, they gain 1. And basically, you go in for the armbar, or Cody can choose to put you over, which would change it to a mixed success.
Do I really want to start off this quickly, though?
Well, if she loses her momentum, then the match is fair.
Oh, okay.
What?
Didn't understand that.
The match would be over.
Oh, so if you hit 0 momentum, the match just ends?
Yeah, because the idea is that you're spending momentum to enhance your rolls, and the idea is that you're kind of storing it up to hit your finisher if you win the match. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now hold on. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Looks like Blackeye Bonnie's got something cooked up there. What is that? Oh my God, that's a sucker punch.
All right. David, on a 7 to 9, you can give your opponent control and gain 1 momentum, or retain control and transition into the next sequence.
Interesting. So I can either get like some security, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or try again. Appears to be the major things that are going on here.
Yeah.
What would she do? I'll give Bex control and take 1 momentum. Okay. And I didn't lose 1 because Cody put me over, right?
Yes, yeah. So you are good to go. So now you have 2 momentum.
No, I'm at 3. Remember, I took 1 momentum from my promo cut.
That is correct. You did get that. My apologies. I am keeping track of them here. Okay, so Bex starts. She starts going back and forth between the ropes. She is building up speed as she goes, and she goes in for an elbow drop, and she slams down on you. And you buckle under the ring a little bit. She stands up and she looks around and she goes, she looks dead-eyed at the crowd. She goes, "This is the person you're putting all of your faith into? This little weakling here." And the crowd is like, there's some slight cheers, but they're kind of starting to boo because, Bonnie's really been impressing them over these past couple of these past about a month or so is how long you've been in the company. So that she stands up and she pulls you up by your hair. The ref comes and goes, whoa, no hair, Bex. If I told you once, I told you a million times, no hair, Bex. And she holds her hands up. I'm okay. And then she starts walking away, and as she walks away, she turns around.
Can I
punches
interrupt
you
her
in the
at this
face.
point?
Yes, you can interrupt. So spend 1 momentum.
Okay, cool. Spend 1 momentum and narrate my interruption. Okay. So as she lets go and is like, okay, it's fine. I won't grab her hair or anything. I grab a big clump full of her hair and just punch her right in the face.
Ooh! And then the crowd, they kind of perk up, and the one guy goes, "That was awesome!" And people are starting to get into it.
Yeah. I was gonna say I wanted to use my my rules. What rules move?
Okay, go for it.
Which is when you break the rules in a match, I get to roll plus look.
Awesome, go for it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that is a 7.
Okay, so on a 7, you get away with it and gain +1 momentum, or you don't and you gain +1 heat with your opponent.
I guess, like, from a mechanic standpoint, what's good about heat?
So there are certain moves that you can choose to roll heat with your opponent. So if you want to do like a high flying move, I believe too, if you want to do like a submission move, you can roll heat. So if you're not necessarily super good at your look stuff, you can roll heat instead. And people are like, oh, wow, that's really cool because these two have like a history together. So
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna pick that. So I already had 1 heat with her from previous things, I presume.
So yeah,
And,
we're actually going to put you up to +3 heat with her. Yeah, it's actually going to be +3 because she's also a heal. So you just get some natural heat against her just for the nature of how wrestling works. Okay, so you now have control of the match. What are you going to do?
As she's sort of reeling, I'm gonna start to sort of like get the crowd like amped up a little bit. I probably like take there's like a little almost like key fob sort of looking thing on my belt that I like I pull off and I click on it, and when I click on it there's a bit of I've rigged up this little device that like revs the motorcycle engine. Okay. And then and then people start to sort of like get really into that and start cheering, and I start to sort of get everyone to start being my faith is rewarded.
Okay, please roll 2d6, and then you're going to add your audience score, which at the moment is +1.
Got it.
You are working the audience.
Wow! No, 5.
Okay, so on a botch, they're not feeling it. You can't work the audience again this episode. So like you pull it, and you're like standing on the rope, and you're like, "Come on, you come on!" And the one guy in the crowd earlier who was like, "That was awesome," was like, "You haven't earned that yet." And what do you try to do now?
Fucking rude.
I'm a smart Mark. I know how wrestling works, he says. You gain plus heat with that Mark. Dude in the audience.
I gain plus heat with Smart Mark. Yeah. I exit the ring and murder him. No, I'm kidding. So I feel like so I still have control even after doing that?
Yeah, you still have control.
After botching? Okay.
A botch only prevents you from gaining more momentum from working the audience because you can in theory do that forever. That's the major consequence of a botch with working the audience.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
So I feel like while I'm doing that, that's a perfect time for Bex to come in and just like smash Bonnie against the ropes.
So Bex
throw her back into the center of the ring. And then I think she's gonna go for. I think Bonnie is gonna like do that. Like she's kind of like favoring that like run in between the ropes thing.
Okay.
To go for like pile drivers and like trying to use her superior size against me. And I think I'll duck one of the clotheslines that's coming through and then turn around and do like a roundhouse kick.
Cool. All right. We're gonna call that a super kick. So if you could please roll plus luck.
All right. What-a! 7.
Okay. All right. So on a 7 and 9, you hit it pretty well. So you can retain control and transition to the next sequence, or give your opponent control and gain +1 momentum.
I'm gonna give Bex control and gain momentum.
Okay,
that sounds good.
So so you go for it. You hit it. Bex falls to the ground, and then she slides her way over to the bottom of the ring, and she rolls out, and she's like kind of walking outside, and she's like, she's holding onto her hips and she's panting a little bit. And then all of a sudden you hear,
"Wow, boom, boom, boom. We like to wreck. We break your face off."
And then Dex and Rex come out, and they're walking very slowly down the ramp. And as they're walking down to the ramp, the referee runs over and he starts shouting. He goes, "You get out of here, Dex and Rex. You're not part of this. You're not part of this. You're not part of this." And then Bex, as he's at the ring, slides in, pulls you down, and starts beating the back of your head. He is not noticing this.
Oh, jeez.
So she's using her heel. She's using the distraction of the wrecking crew to just like beat your head. She's beat your head in. And then she leaves you pretty bad. And then she goes up to the top rope to hit her finisher, which is going to be a modified frog splash, which she calls the high flyer. And at this point, the Dex and Rex kind of like wink at the ref and start walking back there. Hold their hands up. Nothing to see here. And then she hits you. The ref turns around, and then 1, 2, 3. Unless you have something you can do to win this match, you were booked to lose this match.
Okay.
Damn, that was cool.
Is there something...
I was gonna try to run in too, but
I'm trying to think of like what things I could. There's a lot of text here, so
yeah. Is there anything in your playbook that you can break? Because you can't do that as a face.
I can override creative decision.
Yeah. Do you have anything that could help you override creative decision?
I don't think there's anything I can do. So Bonnie takes a dignified loss.
She takes the loss.
Yeah.
And then Bex kind of pops up. The crowd is booing. They're like, "Boo, boo, boo." They hate it. They're not happy about this at all. But Bex says, "I'm the greatest." And as she goes out, when she leaves, if she wins, she does like a really hardcore jig to her and then we pan back to you, and you're like laying on the ground, and you're still a little confused. You're still a little out of it. You're not 100% sure what just happened. And you stand up and you look around, and you slowly.
Wow, that was certainly something. What do you have to say to that, there, my fellow guest, whose name I forgot?
Don't worry about it. I'm Mark Winters, and what an unfortunate turn of events. Who would have thought that I can't believe Dex and Rex would do something like that. Although it is the heavenly creatures, I guess I should have expected it. And then, like, kind of.
What are you talking about? The heavenly
boys.
The heavenly creatures are here to protect us. You've heard what Rick Collins has said. He's going to bring this brand into the future. This is the kind of thing that you need to do. You need to see.
I think it was just a little bit of confusion. No, this is what the audience is hearing via the live stream. Unless you want to run over to the table, which is certainly something you can do.
So Bonnie can't hear it?
No, this is like the audience hearing this. And just for a little bit of fun and flavor. Unless you want to run over and like cut another promo or something.
Yeah, I actually have a different move that I want to use.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Besides cut a promo. So as the two of you are sort of like arguing about like, wait, is this what the heavenly creatures should really be doing and stuff like that? I'm like, no, they're great, And so Bonnie sort of like drags herself out of the ring and like flops off, and then like clutching her rib cage and stuff like that, and then she moves in and like grabs, like, as you're probably like defending the heavenly creatures, she like butts her head in and like gets in on the mic, and she says,
"It's good to know that the people of South Bend can recognize corruption when they see it. Heavenly creatures."
There's like some sporadic applause for that. Like they hear that, they're like, "Oh yeah, okay. yeah." you actually gain 1 momentum for Cheap Heat because you just complimented them. So grab your 1 momentum and then finish your thought. So
yeah. So and she sort of like shoulder grabs like Mark Winters and like shakes him a little bit, you know, like kind of like a nice job, buddy. Sort of gesture. Says,
it's good to know that you can see through their bullshit. Rick Collins is a sham.
Alrighty.
The Smiths keep him in charge because they're too afraid to have a real, honest tournament. And I'm not giving up until the creatures go down. And the Smiths see the light.
And I want to use my Mouth of the People move.
Perfect. Roll your audience.
Yeah. Okay. My audience is +1.
+1.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. So 8.
Okay, perfect. Now if you want, you can spend momentum to get that up to a 10. But
I think I might. Let's see.
Or you can just choose one of the following. They shut the hell up. You get booked in a match with them, and you gain +1 heat with them. So I'll leave that up to you.
I think it's probably a better use of my stuff to just leave it at an 8.
Cool. All right. So...
And they weren't really talking, so they don't shut the hell up right now. Unless I just want to shut you up, but that seems counterintuitive. Yeah, let's say I get booked in a match with them.
Perfect. Okay.
That seems neat.
So then in that case, we start hearing you start hearing a church organ. Do 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 do, and then you hear boom, and at that the pyro, the only pyro that FWIW can afford, goes off, and Rick Collins comes out, and he is wearing an all white feather like vest, and he has these horrible fake wings, and he's wearing the ring regent belt. He goes, now. All right, everyone. Bex,
So good.
you're just mad that you couldn't cut it. For the record, if anyone is listening at home who knows wrestling, this might be funny to them. And you know what? I hear what you say. I hear what you say about me, Bex. I understand it. I understand
It's
that
Bonnie.
you think that I'm... Oh, yeah, Bonnie. I'm sorry. Bonnie, so many B names in this damn promotion.
They really
you know what?
Oh.
I will challenge you to that match. In fact, I'm going to be the one to save this promotion. And you know what? I am so confident in my ability to win this match that when I win, and I am going to win, I'm so confident about it. If I lose, which ain't going to happen, we'll have a whole new Ring Regent tournament. That's how confident I am that you are nothing. And I'll see you later tonight. And then he walks out. Okay. Bex goes to the backstage. Okay. And then we cut back to the announcers. Well, that's something I never expected to see before. Now we're going to do a very quick squash match. NPW versus NPW.
Blah, blah, blah. We came to wreck. We came to break stuff.
Dex and Rex come out. And then the announcer goes,
See, Mark, that's what. They just got they just thought that their match was starting already. They just jumped the gun a little bit.
and then they come into the ring. It's,
hailing from Des Moines, Iowa, the Wrecking Crew, Dex and Rex.
And then you start hearing a harpsichord. It's like ding 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 ding.
And then their opponent, hailing from Berkeley, California, it's the Graduate Students.
Ding 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 ding. And then these two very thin, very wiry guys come out. They're both wearing tweed jackets with the elbow patches. They both have big old round glasses. The Smiths think that these two characters are hilarious. The one is carrying a book about macroeconomics in his hand, and then the other one is carrying a book, and it is oh gosh, I had it in my mind and I lost it. He's carrying a book of the poetry of Walt Whitman. And the crowd is booing them. They hate the graduate students. Boo.
I'm with the audience. I hate them.
So they come down to the ring. They're trying to get the crowd pumped up. It's just not going to work. Ding, ding, ding. So we're starting with Thad, who is the one who is carrying the macroeconomics book, and Dex is in there, and Dex just like pushes him over the rope. He falls and he's like, ah, oh gosh. And so he tags the secondary man of his. So it's Thad and Devin. And then Dex grabs Devin, throws him into the turnstile, goes over, hits Rex's hand. Rex comes in and they set up their tag team finishing move, which is called the Wrecking Ball, where Rex picks up Dex and just slams him on, and then he jumps on the leg. 1, 2, 3, total squash. Dex and Rex stand up. The crowd is going nuts. They love Dex and Rex. Their theme plays, "We love to smash. We love to break stuff," which is different when they're leaving the ring. It's important. And so, yeah, it's your pretty typical squash match. Okay. And then
you squashed him.
Yeah, we squashed him. We squashed him good. And then, now, we're going to be introducing, Mr. Pillar. Mr. Pillar, last week you pre-recorded a promo. So you can be wherever you want to be. You can say whatever you want to say. It is a pre-recorded promo, so it's not here right now. The lights start flickering down, and then your video pops up on the big screen, which is at the top of the ring. So give me a promo, Mr. Pillar.
So Mr. Pillar, he starts by, "Oh, what are the gods telling me today? Oh, what are they?" And he just starts like thrashing about in his dressing room and just destroying stuff. He's got this whole bit where he's like possessed by the gods or the heavenly creatures. And he's like, oh, Rick Collins. Oh, yeah. You telling me I gotta stop these new-aged wussies from joining the ranks of the gods. Ooh, yeah. And he's calling out all the new faces that stand against the heavenly creatures, and most specifically Blackeye. Oh, Blackeye Bonnie. She tricked me using that devil's magic. No, not this time. I'm gonna give you the Atlas Smash. Ooh, yeah. And he like throws, he's got like this inflatable globe that he keeps around in his dressing room, and he throws that around the room. So yeah, he's calling out Blackeye Bonnie for kicking the shit out of me last time. And I have this move called Intimidating, and when I'm not in the ring, I can roll plus power instead of plus look to cut a promo.
Yeah, cut a promo, please.
So, yeah.
Roll your 2d6.
What? Cut it.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11. Okay, so you get 1 momentum.
Cool.
The crowd is loving this, by the way. Like, you can hear them. You're backstage right now because you know that you're going to be booked in the next match.
Yeah.
And you just hear them. They're just popping to this. They are just like, Pillar. Okay, so you get 1 momentum, and then you can do one of the following. You can make creative, book you in a match. You can add a stipulation to a relevant match. You can gain 1 momentum, or you can gain +1 heat with the subject of your promo. So you had a couple in there.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably going to do +1 heat with Blackeye.
Got it. Okay, so that takes your 3 that takes you guys' heat to 3 together. Is that correct? Or no, you have 3. David would have 2.
Isn't heat asymmetrical?
Yeah. So you have 3. David has 2. Very good. And then, do you want to do anything else in your promo?
No, I think that's. I mean, besides more thrashing, just like crowds eating up that shit that he's like kind of like the Heavenly Crew's like unofficial kind of lackey, if you will. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our gameplay episode of One Shot. We're splitting these up into bite-sized content pieces for you, so stay tuned for part 2 and part 3 and part 4 of the next upcoming episodes. If you're looking for more content from us, you can go to our website at www.fandomroulette.com, where we have our podcast, tons and tons of hours of our nerdy content talking about a myriad of nerdy things, and the various tabletop role-playing game podcast shows that we have started working on. If you're looking for our social media presence, you can tweet at us at fandomr_podcast. That is where we post updates. It's where we make announcements about when I live stream and just the other episodes coming out. And you can find us on Instagram and Facebook, all under Fandom Roulette. And if you're looking for basically other places to find us, we're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, all under Fandom Roulette. And again, thank you so much. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, smash the bell, tell a friend, anything that all those things help us grow and give us a better insight as to what you're looking for. So, thank you guys so much for listening, and until next time, keep it super nerdy.